Hi guys, it's Abdullah, aka Ashrafology. I'm a Pakistani doctor who graduated from Allama Iqbal Medical College, and I'm a content creator as well who makes educational content for med students, doctors, and students in general. Since the holy month of Ramadan is almost upon us, I thought I would make a short video explaining to students how to study in Ramadan and how to utilize this month effectively so that they don't miss out on their books or their blessings. If you're not a Muslim and you were just curious and wanted to watch this video, hi. This is a safe space for everyone. And if you don't know, Ramadan is the ninth month of the Islamic calendar, and it's basically the month where Muslims fast, meaning that they don't eat or drink anything starting from daybreak all the way to sunset. I thought I would share a little bit about myself before I start this video. Like I said before, I graduated from Allama Iqbal Medical College, one of the top medical colleges in Pakistan. Ever since then, I've got my GMC registration, which basically means I can practice medicine within the United Kingdom. And I'm currently studying for the United States Medical Licensing Exam, the USMLE, so that I can become a doctor in the United States as well. I'm making this video because I received a lot of questions and queries from worried students who asked me, are you able to study well and pass exams that are held in Ramadan? And I'm here to tell you, you 100% can. My final year exams were held in the holy month of Ramadan, and I secured the fourth overall rank in my medical college, graduating with the highest marks in medicine and allied. With that said, I do know a thing or two on how to study in Ramadan properly so you don't miss out on blessings or you don't miss out on anything from your books. If you're new here, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. How does one study effectively without food or water and still score well? The answer to that, my friends, lies in the word schedule. Before I dive a little deep into this, I need you to analyze yourself. Look within yourself and ask yourself this question. Are you a person who studies better after suhoor, or is having food and water a must? I'm going to create two schedules for two different kinds of people. Let's create a schedule for the person who can study after Fajr, after Sahur. You had your food and water, you prayed Fajr, and you're ready to hit the books. Here's what I would recommend for you. So, from 4 to 6, I would recommend you have a solid study session. And at 6 o'clock, you go to sleep. You're going to sleep for 7 hours and wake up at 1 o'clock. Wash your face, shower if you have to, and read Zohar. After reading Zohar, I want you to clock in one more session from 2:30 to 5:30, taking a break for Asr if you have to, and then finally stopping at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, I want you to close your books, make your preparations for Iftar, help your mom out, help your sisters out, get ready for Maghrib, do your wudu, and go and sit on the Iftar table. I'm going to be talking about what you should eat at Iftar a little bit later. But right now, we're just focusing on the schedule. After I break my fast and I go pray, I have to hit the gym. I believe exercise is a great way to keep our minds fresh and us feeling motivated. From 7:30 to 9 o'clock, I go to the gym, have my meal when I come back, and make my preparations to go to sleep. I usually do some very, very light reading from 10 o'clock, 10:30ish to 11 o'clock, 11:30. And then I go to sleep at around 12. You wake up for Fajr and repeat the cycle all over again. Now, the second person can study after Fajr. They're very tired and they need food and water if they are to study at all. If I was this person, I would usually go to bed after Fajr and wake up at Zohar. So that first part remains the same, except I'm not getting the first 2 hours of studying in that I would usually get if I was a morning person. I wake up, wash my face, shower because we're not animals and cleanliness is half of our faith, read Zohar, and here you can just enjoy the day with your family, with your friends, from 2 to 6 or until the fast breaks. But I want you to realize one thing, that if you're not studying from 2 to 6, you better be doing all the activities that you were supposed to do right now. So if you want to watch something, go to the gym. I know it's really hard to do when you're fasting, but you have to compromise on something. You should do it from that 2 to 6 slot. Now you've broken your fast and you're ready to study. I would get a cup of coffee or chai, whatever you like, and start studying. So I would pray my Maghrib, and around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I would start studying, and I would get in a proper 8 to 3 study session in. That's a long time, but if you don't want to study while you're fasting, I'm afraid that's the only option you have. I would study from 8 to 3 all the way to Fajr, pray Fajr, and go to sleep, only to repeat the cycle all over again. Now, what schedule you choose is completely up to you and it's totally adjustable. If you feel like you can study a bit but not a lot, try to do that so you can minus the hours from 8 to 3 according to your needs. The second part of the video is going to be focusing on other tips and tricks that can help you to study in Ramadan. First of all, you need to understand your exams. Are they fixed exams? Can they be changed? Can their dates be changed? For example, postgraduate exams, USMLE, you book a triad and you book an exam date that is preferably not in Ramadan. But if your exams are fixed, they fall within a fixed date and you can't change them in any possible way, then I'm afraid you're going to give it at that time. But you need to be vigilant. You should know that your exams fall in Ramadan and that you need to take extra precautions to make sure your preparation is sufficient so that you can ace your exams. So maybe start studying a bit earlier than you usually would and cover the syllabus as much as you can before Ramadan starts if you can't study properly. Now, a lot of students say that they don't want to miss out on the holy month of Ramadan because it only comes around once per year, and I totally understand that sentiment. It is a month where we better ourselves, not only spiritually, but physically, emotionally, and mentally as well. So, if you feel like you're missing out, I want you to incorporate the two as much as you can. For example, make your namaz breaks your study breaks. It's a great time to build habits, not only for namaz and zikr, but for studying as well. Say you found a schedule you're comfortable with. Use that schedule after Ramadan ends, tweak it a bit, and you will have fully dedicated yourself to your degree or whatever you're studying for without actively trying to create a habit. That habit would have been created for you when you studied in Ramadan. But by no means should you be sacrificing your prayers for your exams. Your prayers should come first and your exams should come second. But please make dua for your exams. I remember in my final year exams, I saw my seniors graduating and they were graduating with medals. And I prayed to God at that very moment that I want a medal, I want a gold medal, which is basically the highest marks in a particular subject. And I did not even imagine that in the holy month of Ramadan, my dua would be accepted and I got a gold medal in medicine. Now we're going to come to a little bit of nutrition. I want you to have a very good meal when you're about to start your fast, basically, Sahri. So, when you start your Sahri, I would definitely advise you to drink as much water as you can, have plenty of fruits and yogurt, which kind of helps with that quenchy, parched feeling we have when we start our fast. And what you should eat in Aftari, that totally depends on your schedule. But I would definitely advise not to binge because after you binge, your motivation levels go down, you don't feel like getting up, you don't feel like walking or doing anything really. What I do is basically have a little bit of a meal because I've been hungry and thirsty all day. And after I read my Maghrib prayer, I go immediately to the gym, have a workout, and have my proper big meal when I come back. Another tip I would give is basically studying with your friends. Now, I haven't done this as I am a person who cannot study with anyone else. I basically study by shouting and screaming and writing things, so it gets disturbing for everyone else. But if you're a quiet reader and you need someone to hold you accountable, I would definitely recommend studying with a companion. Someone who can keep you accountable, prevent you from fidgeting or dilly dallying on your phone. And my final word of advice is forgive yourself. Now, what I mean by this is I understand that your exams are here, but please be kind to yourself. If you couldn't study for the day and your schedule was wacky at the start of Ramadan, it's fine. But please be kind to yourself. Understand that your body needs time to adapt to new changes and understand that Ramadan won't be around every day. If you didn't study well, that's okay. Close your books, start again tomorrow. But please keep on trying. Eventually, you'll find your own pace and you will be unstoppable with the help of Allah. That's all from my side. I'm just going to summarize what we've learned today and how you can incorporate these tips to become the best version of yourself in Ramadan. Tip number one was scheduling. Understand if you're an early morning person or you're a night owl. Tip number two is understand your exams. If your exams are at fixed dates, maybe start studying a bit earlier. Tip number three is incorporate breaks into your study schedule using namaz. Tip number four is make dua for your exams, for your success. Tip number five is eat well at sehri, but don't overeat at aftari. Tip number seven is if you can, study with company or friends. And finally, tip number eight is to forgive yourself if you had a bad day. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. And leave a comment below on how you study in Ramadan and how you're doing.